Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Shape Unplugged. I'm your host, Stephanie Morris, and with me today is a very special guest from an organization that Shape America has been so proud to partner with in the past on multiple projects. Lauren Izzo, Vice President for Programs from GENYOUth, is with us today to talk a little bit about some of our past projects and to talk a little bit about what GENYOUth is up to today and how they are serving the amazing teachers and coaches out there in our community. So Lauren, welcome, and thank you so much for being a guest on today's Shape Unplugged.
Thanks so much for having me, Stephanie. I'm really excited to be here.
So as everyone knows who's listening, I'm sure Shape America has long been proud to partner with GENYOUth on different initiatives and projects over the years. But before we dive into talking about those a little bit more specifically, I'm sure that everyone would appreciate just a chance to hear a little bit about GENYOUth as an organization and how it came to be. So, Lauren?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been with GENYOUth for a little over 8 years now, and the story of GENYOUth's origin is kind of a favorite of mine. So back in 2010, a very unexpected partnership was formed between America's dairy farmers and the NFL, and they had one goal, and that was to ensure that children are nourished and active so that they can be their best selves. So 13 years later, here's GENYOUth. We're one of the nation's leading school-based nonprofits with the mission of ensuring that children, every child, has the opportunity to live a well-nourished and physically active life. We work through schools, equipping them with tools and resources that they need to provide youth with access to nutrition and physical activity. You can probably sense a theme here, but nutrition and physical activity coupled together, we really believe that that's the winning concept. That's a key driver for youth wellness overall. We provide high-impact microgrants that lead to sustained improvements, and we offer universally appealing programs that benefit all youth, regardless of ethnicity, gender, or economic status. And as you know, Stephanie, something that sets us apart from similar organizations is that we believe that youth voice should be front and center of all our programs. And we're really proud to include them every step of the way, from research and insights to naming key initiatives, to representing our work at board meetings, and even at the White House.
I love that. And yes, I had the opportunity to see some of your youth ambassadors speaking directly at a White House hosted event, and they were amazing. I was so impressed. So yes, I love that you have found ways to center youth voices throughout your work, and thank you for that history. And it's also so interesting to be reminded of the history with the Dairy Council. I sometimes forget about that, but it's a very cool aspect of how GENYOUth came to be and the work that you do. Yeah. So as you know, we had the opportunity, Shape America did, to co-create NFL flag football curriculum together a while ago, which was incredibly successful as a project. Can you share a little bit more with our listeners about that work and how teachers and schools have received it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're actually in the 10th year of our program. So all the way back in 2013, we put together this program. And thanks to our long-standing partnership with the NFL, to date, we've provided over 38,000 of these NFL flag and school kits to U.S. schools and school-based community organizations. We've engaged about 16.5 million students in 30,000 school communities. And their educators agree that thanks to NFL flag in school, their students have become more active before, during, and after school. Now, something that I really love about flag football is that it inspires both girls and boys to participate in school-based sports. It fuels interest and engagement in athletics while providing an equitable solution for our schools who may lack access to physical activity due to budget constraints, and something that your listeners know all too well, and your members. The average PE budget across the country is about $1.50 per student per year. So the flag kit, which is valued at about $500 and includes 50 flag belts, 10 footballs, the standards-based curricula, thank you, Shape America, 101 tips for teaching nutrition in PE and more resources to encourage play is really a welcome addition to any PE program. It's been, you mentioned, that it's had a positive feedback, and the program's positive impact on girls is particularly significant. Educators report an increase in female students' participation in physical activity. And there's even a growing movement towards recognizing girls flag football as a varsity sport. And that's in large part thanks to our friends at NFL Flag, but we feel a sense of pride and ownership in that as well, knowing that we're really introducing flag football to young children in the early elementary age. And then something, I'll just make one more little plug, something we're really excited and proud about this year through a partnership with the Nevada State Board of Education. Every single public elementary, middle, and high school will have a flag kit, and the NFL flag curricula, which again, SHAPE helped to create and make sure that it meets national standards, is an official part of the state's education course. And we really hope, and we're moving towards it, but hopeful that other states will follow suit.
That's fantastic. I hope that anybody listening who might be in Nevada takes notice and finds their way to participate and support the implementation of this curriculum. I think that's really exciting. And yes, I completely agree with you. I hope other state departments of education also pick this up and find ways to adopt it and implement it in their states. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
So more recently, and you touched on the impact for girls in particular that the flag football curriculum has had, and that is such a meaningful piece of all of this. It reminds me that more recently we had the chance to work together on Root for Her, which was a really empowering program for girls. I'm sure our listeners would love to hear a little bit more about that project.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we're really proud of as well. So GENYOUth Root for Her program is centered on providing resources, support, strategies, and motivation to make movement an important part of students, and especially girls' quest for social, emotional, and physical good health. It addresses a critical issue, right? Girls' participation in physical activity pales in comparison to their male counterparts. We conducted a series of research efforts, including focus groups with athletic directors for some of the largest school districts in the country. We issued a survey of PE teachers and school administrators across the nation. And true to GENYOUth's core belief that engaging students is critical to the success of any endeavor, we held focus groups with students themselves. And the same themes kept popping up. Right? Lack of confidence, negative body image, a lack of encouragement and support. And this was interesting, both inside the home and out. Those were among the top reasons and barriers we were seeing that were preventing girls from participating in sport. Another interesting discovery was that the competitive nature of sport, organized sport, could be off-putting to many girls. Now, we know that between the ages of 5 and 10, girls and boys participate in physical activity at similarly high rates. But by the age of 13, girls are dropping out at twice the rate of boys. And we know that students who are physically active tend to have better grades, school attendance, cognitive performance, so their memory is better, classroom behavior. Yet the CDC reports that less than a quarter of children ages 6 to 17 are participating in the recommended 60 minutes of moderate to rigorous physical activity every day. And the situation is even more pronounced for young women in underserved communities and young women of color who have less access to athletic programs, potentially more familial responsibilities, and just in general are engaging in less physical activity. And so we developed Root for Her. It's a turnkey solution that provides the equipment and inspiration to improve self-esteem, body image, confidence, connectedness, right? We're creating this sense of community in our physical activity, in our play. And physical well-being among all students, but especially among girls. And so we piloted this program in the fall of 2022, and each school received equipment. So we gave them yoga mats, resistance bands, stability balls, agility ladders, right? Everything that the PE teacher wants in that closet, right? And thanks to our partnership with SHAPE, we were able to provide a curriculum guide that included 4 key modules. The first was around unlocking your confidence. So this module paired with the fitness equipment itself and provided tips and tools and tactics that help girls develop new fitness skills while building their confidence in their abilities. The second component was about fueling your body. So it teaches students how to fuel their bodies with good food with good nutrition, essential nutritions needed for modern wellness. So think about milk as a delicious source of natural power needed to perform. And then how eating those right foods can contribute not only to your physical health, but to your cognitive and academic performance and really your emotional health too, right? I know that if my daughter eats a sugar cookie at 6 o'clock at night, not only is she going to be bouncing off the wall, but she's going to be cranky come bedtime. So how can we make sure that we're really getting those right things into our bodies at the right time? There were two more components. There's social media, where really we're helping girls and boys find the way to find those positive influencers, only speak positively about their peers, avoiding that negative talk on social media. And then finally, the Sleep Smarter and Perform Better module, which gave students tools to create nightly routines that can help set them up for a better night's sleep, because we know that if you have a good night's sleep, your next day is going to be better. You're going to have better health, better mood, better memory, better productivity. And oh, by the way, it's also going to help with your relationships, right? Because if you're cranky, no one's going to want to be around you. I know that's true for me. So as I said, we piloted this in the fall of 2022. And this past spring, we conducted a survey of those participants, and we got really raving reviews. Educators agreed that we met our core programmatic goal, and that was, our female is going to be more enthusiastic about activities during PE, and the resounding answer was yes, they are. They also developed a greater appreciation for the relationship between nutrition and their mental and physical performance. Educators felt that they were able to identify and create those body positive messages for themselves and their peers. And just in general, it was an overwhelming success, and we're hopeful that we're able to find a way to bring it to schools again in the very near future.
I love that. That is so incredibly exciting and so needed right now. So I have so much appreciation for that as a mom myself, to a daughter, and also to just the opportunity I've had to connect with our teachers to understand the needs of our students too. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing about that.
Yeah.
So what else is ahead for GENYOUth this year and beyond? Anything that our health and physical education teachers and coaches should be taking advantage of or learning about? We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're always looking for opportunities to improve existing programs, and also to make sure that our educators know when we have different opportunities available. So there are two things that I would note. The first, I would encourage everyone to go visit flag.genyouthnow.org and click on that notify me button. This will allow you to join our mailing list, and we'll email you and let you know when different nutrition grants and physical activity grants are open, like NFL Flag in School, like Root for Her, and many others. We usually open those up in the second or third week of April, right around NFL draft. But please do sign up for that newsletter so that we can let you know when those opportunities are coming. In the meantime, I know that we'll be working with our friends at SHAPE to update the Flag in School curriculum, ensuring that it meets the new national standards that will be released sometime soon, right? In 2024.
You got it. They will be released at SHAPE Cleveland in early March in 2024. So yes, that's all really exciting. And we are always so grateful for more resources and programs and opportunities that will help support the implementation of the revised standards. So that's all really terrific. All right, everybody, you heard it here first. Keep those deadlines in mind, especially the November 8th one coming up, and encourage you to visit GENYOUth's website to learn more, I'm sure, about all of that. And thank you so much again, Lauren, for being a guest on today's show. Do you have any last words for our listeners?
Yeah, one more thing, and I apologize, I should have plugged this earlier, but we're currently taking applications and nominations for the GENYOUth Coach of the Year Award. Coach of the Year honors our everyday unsung heroes who equip, engage, and empower youth to be physically active. It's really our chance to celebrate the leaders who make a positive impact and unite local communities by encouraging youth to embrace the lifelong love of physical activity. So again, visit flag.genyouthnow.org now through November 8th, and nominate a PE teacher or a coach who's making an impact in your community.
Excellent. All right. Thank you again, Lauren, for being a guest. Everyone, thank you so much for your time and joining us on today's Shape Unplugged. And we hope you'll join us next time.
Thank you.